Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Highly Talkative, where we get high in conversation and discuss many topics from personal to community to anything that's going on in the world. So sit back, get cozy, and let me talk to you. Let's go. Good morning, my good people, and welcome to another episode of Highly Talkative Podcast. It's your girl, A. Millie, and today is June 15th, 2026. And as always, let's just dive right into it. So, the topics for today are I took my kids to SeaWorld with my best friend. I also kind of want to touch bases on this Cyrus Belton and I think you say his name like Chikai Rick Cho incident, as well as the incident with Carmelo Anthony and the trial that we had up here in North Texas. And then networking myself and not having to like code switch to suit anybody else to be able to get myself out there. I'm also going to have a co-host, Marmar, on here as well. And then you guys can also find his full interview on the episode that I'm dropping later today as well. So we have a lot going on, a lot but a little bit. But like I said, let's dive into it. So, like I said, I took my kids to SeaWorld this past weekend with my best friend, and I was honestly a little skeptical about how things were going to go. My baby girl is still a newborn in my eyes. She's not even 3 months yet. So, that's her dealing with that hot ass Texas weather. And then I was just psyching myself out because I didn't know how the weekend was going to go. Like I said, dealing with the newborn and then taking my three boys. I call my son's best friend my boy too because they're always together and you can't tell them that they're not bros. But I took my three boys out to SeaWorld, and I just didn't know how it was going to go with them being able to really enjoy them time without my newborn really affecting like what they wanted to do and all the rides that they wanted to ride when it came to being out there at SeaWorld. So I was really just having like a full mix of emotions, and it was kind of like a last minute spur of the moment decision. Me and my best friend were kind of just like, we got these tickets to SeaWorld. We should go. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. And, we kind of just like went from there. And like, funny thing, I don't even know how to explain this, but we were supposed to get an Airbnb, then ended up finding like a hotel for cheaper, and which we were cool with Airbnb. But once I found out that there was a hotel that was cheaper than what we were paying for the Airbnb, I was like, oh yeah, let's do it. And not only that, like the pictures and the reviews were really nice. And me being me, and with the way my mom used to like book hotels, I like me a nice hotel. Okay, I like a Hilton, a Wyndham. I like me, a good hotel. Do not get me wrong. I know a place to lay your head when you're out of town is like you should just be grateful for it. But I have it instilled in me like there are certain hotels that I just really like. So like I said, came across this hotel. Granted, it was a days in hotel, but it said it was by Wyndham. Looked at the reviews, looked at the pictures in my head. Yeah, this is okay. This isn't something where I'm just like, no, not doing it. Anyways, we get there, and I'm pulling up to the hotel, and I'm like, check my GPS. Like, is this the right place? Because, like I said, the pictures and everything that I looked up in the reviews from Apple Maps were up to par for me. Like I said, I knew it wasn't an expensive like Hilton stay, but in my head it was a good. From what I was seeing, it was a good thing for the price that we were paying, especially because the NBA finals were going on and the game was out there this past weekend. So I'm like, okay, we lucked up, we found us something. Like I said, pulled up, and it just was not what I was expecting. But I'm still like, I don't want to have to cancel. And although we didn't have to pay up front, I don't want to have to find another hotel. And my best friend already like checked in, so we're just gonna thug it out. Um, Outside, kind of rough. Inside, it wasn't like terrible, but it also wasn't like what my kids and I are like used to. So there was like certain things wrong with it where I'm just like, as an adult, just be grateful. We found somewhere to stay. Like we're good. It's not even like we're gonna be in here the entire time. it is what it is. But for them, baby, it was a, if they could say fuck no in my head, it was a fuck no. Okay. Like the bathtub was rinky dink, the sink, the housekeeper had to show us how to work the sink because like the nozzle on the sink was all flimsy and you could like slap it up and down and just it just wasn't what we were used to. So I'm hearing the boys like Joan about it all weekend, and it wasn't like they were ungrateful, but like I said, not what they were used to, and it for them they were like making a mockery out of it. So I had to tell them like, wear your shoes in the shower. But for me, I don't know why, but I have shower shoes, not get out of the shower shoes. I have shower shoes, shoes that I wear in the shower for any hotel that I stay in. Like I said, it can be the Hilton hotel. I'm still putting on those shoes on my feet when I get in the shower. But I'm telling the boys, like, don't take baths, just like I said, the tub, it wasn't like ugh, nasty, but not what they were, not even what I was expecting. And not only that, but my best friend didn't have this issue with her tub. So I'm just like, what the fuck? But whatever. We're here for a good time. Don't want to dwell on it. It is what it is. Um, so a few jokes were cracked or whatever, but at the end of the day, they ended up really enjoying themselves. We got the free tickets through SeaWorld for the military. So we have SeaWorld tickets and we have Aquatica tickets, but I just ended up taking them to SeaWorld. We're going to do Aquatica another day. But then it was so spur of the moment that I didn't even factor in finding dog sitters. So literally that Friday, I'm like packing up and I'm just like, oh, fuck, my dogs. Like, what girl, like, what do you be doing? Because I'm literally just making plans and forgetting about my little fur babies. So that was another like clusterfuck of thing. But luckily, I was able to find someone to help me out with with the dog. So that was cool for me. But all in all, everyone had a really good time. My newborn did so well. Like I said, I was giving myself anxiety before I even left the house. And if y'all listen to my last podcast, and even if you didn't, go back and listen, shout out. I was talking about how I have like this anxiety about going out before I even get out because I think of all the things that could go wrong. So before leaving the house, I was like literally mentally preparing myself. Like, we're not in a rush. We're not doing anything but meeting up for dinner. Let's just make sure we're really taking our time out there. Um, Factor in some time to stop just in case she wakes up and she wants to eat. Like, let's not stress ourselves out if she wakes up, just as long as she's not crying a lot during this 2 hour and 30-minute drive. We should be okay. We should be fine. We should be fine. Um, so we leave Friday, and my girl is a champ. Like, I fed her before we left. We ended up stopping at McDonald's to eat really quickly. Then we hit the road, and my girl slept the entire way. Like, when I say the entire way, she slept the entire way, literally right up until we got to the hotel to check in. And I was just like, okay, you know what? We got this. Like, yeah, let's do this. She was more so fussy on like the short trips. Like, we got to the hotel, then we chilled for a little bit and left to go get dinner. That entire car ride there, which was only like maybe 15-20 minute car ride, but that entire car ride there, she was fussy. Okay, cool. We get there, calm her down. She naps for a little bit. Then, we're eating, but she wakes up while we're eating, not really fussing. So I'm still getting to eat my food, enjoy the company, all this. Still chilling. We get back in the car and we're going back to the hotel, not having it. Okay. And I felt so bad for the little bro, my son's best friend, because he's wanting to sit by her. And I think it's so cute because he's so good with her. But my boys are always like trying to call who has shotgun. And Eli's just like, I'll sit in the back seat. I want to sit next to her. So I'm like, all right, cool. But he's so good with her. Like, she's fussing. He's not getting irritated. He's not like, saying you want to switch seats with me. He's literally talking to her, trying to put her passy in her mouth, like trying to calm her down. And I'm just looking in the mirror, like, not in the mirror. I'm looking in the camera and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so blessed. Like, all the boys are really just so good and so hands on with her. Okay. So boom. Saturday, we wake up, we go to breakfast, and then we hit SeaWorld, and I'm already letting the boys know, like, there's two rules. Once my baby start crying and she's hot, she's sweating, we're leaving. I'm sorry about it. And the minute that one of y'all tell me that y'all are hungry, we're leaving too, because I'm not about to spend $75 on 2 ticket strips for each person to have, and it don't even come with the drink. Sorry. Me, it's me thing. I'm not doing it. Um, so they're all understanding of it or whatever. We get to SeaWorld. Traffic's a little bad. Um, we finally get into the park. Mind you, it is pretty hot. It's about like 90 degrees, but there's like it's partly cloudy. So there's clouds coming by, whatnot. But you can still feel the heat. But luckily I bought a little fan for her, although I do want to upgrade this fan that I have. So I have it on her stroller, and like we're walking around, we get through, and I guess I haven't been to SeaWorld in a really long time, but they let me bring my Stanley in, and my Stanley already had water in it, and it was ice cold water. So I'm like, okay, hell yeah. Okay, we got this. We get in, and we go straight to the rides. I think the boys wanted to ride a total of maybe like 6 or 7 rides, and out of those 6 or 7, they got on 4. And they were ecstatic about it. Like they weren't complaining. My girl was good. Like she was fussy for a little bit, only because she was tired from crying in the car and not catching her sleep. But once we got in the park and I got her kind of settled, I had the fan on her. Anytime we hit like any patches of sun, I made sure I put her little cover over her. But she slept for about a good 2.5 hours, which gave the boys time to really get on the rides that they wanted to get on. They rode one ride like 3 times in a row, I kid you not, and then another ride twice. Um, my boys chickened out, the little ones chickened out on the Steel Eel, which I didn't think that they were going to get on the Barracuda. They got on the Barracuda, they loved it. Went to go stand in line for the Steel Eel because it had just opened, because they were having like maintenance problems, so the line wasn't that long. They wait till they get to the front of the line, and I see these two running down, and I'm like, oh my God, what happened? Like, did I get on? Did I miss it? And they were like, no, we were scared. We were scared, so we got off, but my oldest ended up getting on, and he really enjoyed himself. And then they went to do the Atlantis, but didn't get on that one because the line was like super long. They wanted to do the Stingray, couldn't get on that one because right when they got up to go, I guess they had to run maintenance on it. So they like sent everybody back out and was just like, it'll be a couple minutes before anybody else could get back on. So that was that. Then they got on like this swing thing. All 3 of them got on it the first time. The second time, just Eli and my oldest got on it because my youngest chickened out. Not chickened out, but he was like, first time was enough for me. But like I said, my newborn was so good, and luckily we found like shaded patches where the patches also had fans. So we were already in like a shaded area and the fans were going. So she was really cool. Like I kept checking her, making sure she wasn't sweating because I didn't want her to like secretly get over hot, like overheated. And just because she wasn't crying didn't mean like she wasn't hot. So I just kept checking her body temperature anytime we walked past the store. Like we walked through it instead of around it so the kids could like catch AC, especially her. But yeah, they came to me and was ready to go. Like I wasn't rushing them. That's how good she did. It came to the point where they were like, okay, we're gonna ride this ride one more time, and then can we just go back to the hotel and swim? And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm down for that. Got back to the car. My girl is still good. Get in the car, pack everything back up, and headed back to the hotel. Luckily, the hotel was only like 15, 20 minutes away. But that ride back to the hotel, girl wasn't having it. Okay, she was not having it. So we get back to the hotel. The boys go swimming. They swim their little heart out. Me and my best friend and her family, we link up. Her little one gets in the pool with the boys. They're all having a good time. Then we all finally shower, and then we go to Jolly Bees. And yeah, Jolly Bees is it. I liked it. It was really good. And my son had been wanting Jolly Bees for, I think, a couple years now, maybe like 2 or 3 years. Because I remember he's seen it somewhere and he wanted to go. And then I was like, not right now because we're kind of in a rush. We'll go next time. He ended up getting to go to Jolly Bees, and he really enjoyed it. We all met up there, ordered food, and then took it back to the hotel so we could all just like hang out and chill. And the boys ended up, I guess they were so tired because the night before they stayed up until past midnight, maybe like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. This time around, by 12 o'clock, baby, they was out. They were fed. I guess the sun whooped them, the pool whooped them. It was a good old time. Sunday, we woke up, we ate breakfast. My girl was a little fussy, hit the road. She slept the entire way back to the house. As soon as we pulled into the driveway, like I seen her little eyes pop open. And I'm like, oh yes, my girl, like right on time. I was super excited. I was very happy. I was very proud of myself. But I also, just allotted myself the time where we're not in a rush to really go anywhere. It's not like we have to get here at a certain time. So if we have to stop, we'll stop. It's no big deal. Luckily, we didn't have to stop, and it was just a really, really good trip. I'm just really happy that I did not psych myself out to not go, considering having a newborn and all the things that I thought would happen just didn't happen. So, all in all, very thankful, very happy, just very blessed that we could make those memories, and it was just a good time. Now, I'm going to jump in with this little interview for a little bit. I have Marmar that's about to come in and kind of like express what he does, and kind of, we're going to have conversation. But also, do not forget, you can find the full episode of that drops today as well. So be looking out. There's 2 new episodes today, guys. Like, subscribe, follow. It takes nothing to do that. It's completely free. Get me out there. I'm all for supporting and promoting too. So if you guys have something that you want to promote, please use highlytalkative@gmail.com and send me that information, and I'll be more than happy to shout that out. But we're going to bring it in with Marmar, and then we'll follow up with the remaining of the topics.
Hey, how y'all doing? It's the boy Marmar, man.
Marmar, what do you do?
I promote many things, but my main is promoting, different venues and, just trying to get everybody club out there, get it jumping, get the vibes going.
Okay. I haven't done that in a while, but I still do it on the side. Like my daughter, I make her like cute little onesies for football or whatever.
We might even do something, collab on something and host you like a little event or something at Vita Roxy.
I mean, we could, and it's like even events like that. My therapist even said this to me, but I'm trying to work on putting myself out there more. I don't really network only because I feel like I don't know how to promote myself, or maybe I feel like I'm being cocky or conceited when I'm promoting myself. But at the end of the day, if I don't promote me, then who will?
Anything you do in life, you have to be. This might sound wrong, but you have to be a little cocky. You have to be stern. You know what I'm saying, to what you love. You know what I'm saying. You have to be focused. You know what I'm saying. You gotta be confident.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. So confidence can come off as cockiness sometimes, but you got to know the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're overly bragging about, you know what I'm saying, then you're being, you know what I'm saying? But if you're extra confident and you just go into a room and you just, you know what I'm saying, being you, that's just confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you come there to let it be known what you do.
I got you. Like, this what I do.
Yeah, like.
But also with that, because I don't get out the house.
Yeah.
Like I go places, but I don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Like even you was like, remember we talked the other day? It was like, you had a baby? Like, yeah, I had a baby. He was like, oh damn, I didn't know that because I'd be out the way.
Yeah.
I really I just be to myself because I don't fuck with drama.
I don't either. I feel like being to yourself, like I don't know really when nothing be going on with nobody. Like I don't want to. I'm all about positivity. Like
literally,
if anybody into with me or don't like me, guaranteed 9 times out of 10, it's something that's going on with them or something they're not really liking because it's got to be hate. Because I love, appreciate, I'm just not a negative person. I'm too chill for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just don't understand it.
Yeah, I like to be out the way. I don't even want to be in a group with nobody where shit is being talked. And like, well, Ashley was with them too. No. Don't even put my name in there because just no, fucking no.
Yeah.
So I hate when my kids be making me act like a mom.
Yeah.
Like I be so chill.
Yeah.
You see, but then they be having me act like a mom, and I'm like, why y'all making me do this?
My son too, and I be had to get with him. Even though he 2, I still, get right. Let's get right.
But he's 2. You gotta give him grace.
I mean,
they're 9 and 13.
I do give him grace, but still, at 2, he still knows certain things. He still knows. He's smart. He's
I feel like babies. Smart. I feel like kids are much smarter when they're babies as opposed to like when they grow up. I'm not saying that they're dumb when they grow up, but babies are smart as fuck. You ever seen the movie Baby Geniuses? Yeah. I feel like that shit is a real thing, okay?
That's my son.
That shit is a real thing. Yeah. Like, babies are fucking smart as hell for whatever goddamn reason. Yeah. Literally. Yeah. Like, my 2-month-old, no reason why my girl should know to put the pacifier in her own mouth when she takes it out. I feel like that's something you do, at 6 months old. 2 months, crazy as hell. Exactly. You're still a newborn. Chill out, my girl. Exactly. But, I mean, to each his own. But
I gotta meet her one day.
She's so cute. Yeah. I love her. Yeah. She's so cute. Yeah. But that's my girl. Yeah. I love her real bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty.
After having 2 dusty boys, I finally got my girl.
So you done now?
I want to say yes, but if I get married and, I'll say like 37, 38 is maybe like the cutoff for me. So if I'm married in a good relationship and everything goes well, and if he wants a kid, I'm down to give him one. Mm-hmm. But for right now, no.
Oh yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna go get snipped.
This guy said one and done.
I just looked into it. I'm about to hit the insurance. Like, hey, what we doing?
My boy said one and
you ever dissect the frog? That's how I'm gonna be. I'm being just like that.
I'm like screaming. This guy said, "You ever dissect a frog?" No, actually, I missed anatomy class that day on purpose because I was like, "Who? No, I'm not doing that.
I'm about to be in it just like that.
I'm not doing that.
Shit, cut that red and blue wire."
But for as long as I can remember, though, I've always wanted to be a mom. Yeah. Like even when I was younger, like give me the baby alive. Yeah. I want real diapers to go on my babies. I used to put basketball in my shirt. Like I've always wanted to be a mom. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, I just didn't make the right decisions with the right guys. Right. But I've always gotten blessings out of them, so I can't really complain.
Are you the oldest?
No, I'm the baby of the family. Yeah, there's 6 of us, and I'm the baby.
Oh, okay.
I am the baby.
7 of us, so.
I'm the baby of the family, and my dad's only girl.
I'm the 3rd oldest, so I understand. But my mom, she got 14 grandkids?
Yeah, my mom has a lot of grandkids. Yeah. Well,
but she was the only one, though. I feel like that's why she had so many, because she was the only child.
But no, I mean, I think I've just enjoyed having a lot of siblings. Right. I mean, because it was, although, like I said, I'm the baby of the family, and the smallest age difference is me and my sister. Me and my sister share the same, it is complicated, but me and her are 7 years apart. And then the sister after her, we're I'm 33, so she might be in her 40s. Oh, okay. And then the sister above her is definitely in her late 40s. Okay. And then my older brothers are in their 40s as well. So.
Okay, so they have them back to back. Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. Right. Kind of. But like I said, there's 6 of us. I'm the youngest. I'm my dad's only girl.
Oh, that's crazy.
So. Yeah. But I've always known that I wanted to be a mom. And I don't know, I think maybe it's because I watched my mom, and my mom was such a good mom that I was just I want to be just like her when I grow up. I want, in my head, I wanted a family, but of course life didn't put it that way. Everything happens for a reason, but I knew for a fact I wanted kids. Right. For sure. Right. For sure knew that. That's why I'm just y'all do whatever y'all do over there. Yeah. That's cool. But I know me and mine's is straight. We're going to have a great time because, this is what I wanted. So I'd be a damn fool to do anything other than to make sure.
So what we need to do to get those boots on the ground and get you out the house?
I have no fucking clue. I can't even tell you. Because, I mean, my 2 boys can definitely, watch themselves. Yeah. I guess I would say a babysitter, but I don't want to leave my baby. Yeah. And I don't trust people, so the only people I would want to leave her with is certain family members. But they got their own lives too. So I'm just I'm not trying to, hold y'all up because I'm trying to be outside.
Well, we definitely gonna have to, it's summertime, so we definitely gonna have to plan a day for you to come out and vibe. So you come to one of the events, you know what I'm saying?
Because it's I know everybody but nobody at all. Yeah. I know all the right people. Yeah. But I don't know anybody at all. Yeah.
That's how I am. I know hella people, but I'm low key. I don't know if nobody knows this, but I'm low key a loner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I don't work on nobody business or nothing. I'm low key alone.
And like to an extent, I'm okay with it, but then I'm also like, I'm low key a loner too, and in my head, I don't like it, but then I'm also okay with it.
Yeah.
I've come to the point like whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Like I used to really want to be in a relationship, but then that me really wanting to be in a relationship literally took me through it.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I don't know if you know who my ex was, but every relationship that I have been in, I was like the male. I was the man. I was the provider. And to an extent, like I didn't mind it, but I was taken for granted.
Right.
And then my mom was sick as fuck. She had cancer. And the person I was with at the time wasn't a shoulder to lean on. My mom passed away.
Sorry.
Thank you. Mom passed away. Wasn't at the funeral. Didn't have anybody to lean on. And then I got broke up with like 2 months after. But I mean, it is what it is. But I think like after that, it really took me down like a rabbit hole of understanding like wanting to be in a relationship isn't really a good thing. If it comes, it comes. But I don't know how to explain it.
Relationships are can be a beautiful thing if you find a person that balances you out. Yeah,
and values the same things you do, and loves you and respects you the same way you love and respect them. I think if one loves the other way more or what have you, then it's like an off balance type of thing, and I don't think it's
nothing's never gonna be like. That's why people like 50-50 or like
it's never
that. It's either some people, some days it might be 70 you and then 30 and then it might be 50-50 and then it might be 20-80. You know, it just fluctuates
literally.
Like
but so, you have to have that equal amount of love to be able to be like, okay, I see you only got 20% right now, so let me be that 80 and let's rock it. But I haven't found that yet. And I think I haven't found it because I wanted it so bad to the point where I was okay with like being, I'm not even going to say okay. I had certain boundaries set where if I would have stuck to the boundaries, I don't think I would have been in like certain situations that I was in. But because I wanted to be loved so bad and be in a relationship so bad, I put those boundaries to the side and I kind of fucked myself over. Yeah. And I'm a firm believer.
Honestly, as a man, like, a lot of men don't really know what they want till later. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard that.
A lot of times it takes a balanced woman to even bring that out of them, to wake them up. But like, oh, damn, this is what I want. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or this is what I need. Or, you know what I'm saying? So, like, for myself, like, I didn't learn that till, you know what I'm saying?
You probably lost the one that should have been the one and you was just like, God damn. Because that's usually
I had before, you know what I'm saying?
In my head, that's usually what wakes y'all up.
I feel like that happened for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it just happens to certain people like that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But some people just dwell in it. Then some people don't come out of it. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of men, we just don't really know what we want till later. I feel like women know what they want before a man does. You know
no facts. Those are facts. Because it's like, even looking back on it, then nothing has changed. I still want the same things. But it was like, I had a boundary, and for whatever reason, I took that boundary down. I guess I don't even know how to explain it. I don't even know why I took the boundary down. But me taking that boundary away kind of fucked myself in the end. And you know, I'm not always going to be like, oh, it was him. Because at the end of the day, if I would have stuck to my boundaries, you know, what I believed in, I wanted for myself, I wouldn't have been put in certain situations and I wouldn't have had to deal with it. But again, everything happens for a reason. And you learn. And look at me now in therapy.
Who's for you will definitely come to you. You know, so
for
I
sure.
I tell people that all the time, don't go.
But like you said, it was great.
Yes.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, of course.
Appreciate it. Yes. I hope you like the vibe.
I love it. And I'll definitely be back.
For sure.
But y'all can follow me on IG, you know what I'm saying? It's me, Marmar. It's me, Marmar. It's ITZ.ME.MARR.
All right. So that was that. Now, let's jump into this next topic that I have. I want to talk about the Cyrus Belton and the, I think you say it, Chaiki, whatever, Rick Cho. We'll call him Rick Cho incident that happened. It kind of reminds me of this incident that happened back in South Central Los Angeles back in like 1991 with Latasha Harlins, which was the incident was on March 16th of 1991. Latasha Harlins had entered the Empire Liquor Market to buy a bottle of orange juice. The store owner, which was Soon John Doe, I think that's how you say her name, which was 49, falsely accused the teenager of trying to steal the juice and attempted to grab Harlan's backpack. A physical scuffle happened, and then during which Harlan threw the bottle of juice back on the counter, and the teenager turned to leave with what am I trying to say? The teenager, Harlan, she turned to leave with the $1.79 in her hand to pay for them, but the lady pulled out a handgun and shot Harlan in the back of her head. Mind you, she's not facing her. She is of no threat, but in the back of her head, and the entire footage was captured on security camera. The only thing is that Dew was convicted of something, which was manslaughter, and it gave a maximum of 16 years. This incident that happened recently with Cyrus Belton and Rick Cho, he got off. And it's so crazy to me because, like I said, they kind of resemble one another if you ask me. But Belton got shot in the back again, which means he wasn't of a threat. He wasn't coming at you. He wasn't trying to attack you. So why was it deemed necessary to pull out a gun and shoot him in the back? Okay, if you want to chase him down and beat his ass, I think that would have been a different story too. But instead, he's running away from you and you pull out a gun and you shoot him. I don't understand how that works, because I feel like if it was the shoe reversed, we would have been, and when I say we, I do mean us Black people, would have been 10 feet under the grave or the jail, because the back is turned towards you. That is of no threat. You, like I said, you could have chased him down, in my opinion, and whooped his ass. That would have been, like I said, completely different. But to shoot somebody who's not facing you is just sad. And then it comes to me what conversations do I have to have with my kids when it comes to this? And Cho accused Belton of stealing a bottle of water. All of this is over a bottle of water. Stealing is stealing, yes, but over a bottle of water. Let's be so fucking for real. That's number one. Number two, he actually didn't even steal the water. Number three, I think they said Cho thought that he had a gun on him or some shit like that. But even if you thought that, he didn't pull the gun on you. It didn't make it seem like he was going to pull the gun on you, because his back was faced towards you. So you inflicted that onto him without there being a threat. So, again, I said, how do we go about explaining situations like this to our young Black kids? And do these conversations come about in other households? Do y'all have to have these same conversations with your kids as we have to have with our kids? Because, like I said, at the end of the day, I feel like Cho should have been charged with something. It may not have to have been murder. Okay. In my head, yes, I do feel like it should be murder, because he was, like I said, he wasn't facing you. But he could have been convicted of something, in my opinion. Something would have been better than nothing. And the fact that he got nothing is crazy to me. And again, what message does that send to our little Black boys? That instills some type of fear in them, to the point where, yes, when we go into stores, we are automatically assuming that we're being watched or something is about to happen to us, because of all of this injustice that's still going on, from what happened in 1991 to what happened in 2026. It's crazy, and it's quite frankly scary. And I have the question for this and the next topic that I'm going to talk about, but what do we do about it? How do we fix it? Because here we are, almost 2 decades, 20 plus years from the one that happened in 1991, and it's the same exact thing, and it's like nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. The only thing is back in 91, Doe, however you say her last name, who was 49, she was convicted, excuse me, of manslaughter. Joe was convicted of nothing. So if you ask me, it was kind of like a backslide. How does that even happen? But again, let's kind of roll into the next topic of talking about the Carmelo Anthony trial and how there were a jury full of white people. There was no mix in there. There were no black, no Asians, no Filipinos, no, I cannot talk tonight. It was an all white jury, which, and to me, number one, is a red flag. But not only that, but poor Anthony, and yes, I say poor Anthony because he's only 19. It's a very sad story for both ends. But in my eyes, you didn't stand a chance. And I do ask the question, like, with all the money that this family received in donations, why would you go with a white attorney? Like, why would you not find a black attorney who's really good at what he does or what she does? Because trust and believe me, there are some out there. But I'm also wondering, like, did any of them reach out to them either? Like, with the circumstances and everything that was going on, was there any black attorneys that reached out to them? Which I guess is a question too. But he got charged with murder. Carmelo Anthony got charged with murder for the incident that happened at a track meet where he is claiming self-defense. And I get it, because if you see a picture of him, he is like maybe 100 and I'll say 60 pounds with a wet t-shirt on. And the brothers that were in this incident as well were about like 6'3" and, you know, good size, and them boys was on the line. Okay. They were pretty big boys. So, you know, there's a size difference. And unfortunately, they got into a scuffle or like a debate or what have you. And then Carmelo Anthony ended up stabbing one of the boys. Now, mind you, Carmelo Anthony is black and the boys on the other end are white. And I don't think I guess the moral of this story is I don't think that he was able to really get himself a good defensive attorney. I don't think that the family really did their schoolwork or like their background check on. I don't even, I can't say that because I'm not in that situation and I don't ever want to be in that situation. But it sucks that it had to had happen. And again, like the conversations that you have to have with your kids when you have to like explain to them, don't make such a rash decision when your emotions are so high, because that rash decision can turn into something that permanently happens to your life that you're just not okay with or accustomed for. I'm really hoping that the family finds another lawyer and they try to like appeal whatever they can or try to get a lesser charge for him, because I just don't think murder should have been the charge. That's my personal opinion. You know, just like an asshole, everybody has one. I just don't feel like Carmelo Anthony should have been charged with murder. And not only that, I feel like the jury should have been filled with more than just white people. It shouldn't have just been a full white jury. And not only that, but they came up with the verdict quick. It was like they knew exactly what was going to go on before they even got sent back to the room to decide if he was guilty or not. And not only that, but I heard that they could have asked for like a lesser sentencing or a different charge with all the information that they knew, which was, you know, they did get into a bit of an altercation, but I believe the brother started it first. So that's why he's claiming self-defense, because one of them shoved him. But I used to be a track runner. Okay. I ran track for a majority of my life. And that is a thing. Like even in high school, that is a thing for us. You know, when we get done running or as we're walking around or we're done with events or whatever, we're walking around, we're mingling. Like that's technically, if you ask me, that's what kids are supposed to do at track meets. Get to know one another, know your competition. Like, it doesn't always have to be a rivalry. It doesn't have to be nasty. You can go under the tent and be like, hey, you did really good at that long jump, or, I seen you running this, or not. It could be something so innocent. Like, they could all have came from the same middle school, but are now going to different high schools, and they want to catch up. And they're trying to use that as an excuse for, like, Carmelo was the one that was instigating the fight because he ended up under a different team's tent, which is not even the case. It's like saying any kid that goes under another team's tent is trying to start some shit. And that's not even what it is. So, like I said, I think it's just a really sad, sad story, incident for all families all around. But that also brings up to our community, like, what do we do from here? How do we guide our young Black boys to understand, like, the importance of emotional awareness and thinking rationally in a not so safe or a high emotion environment? Because clearly, when stuff like this happens, we don't always come out on the best side. And then not only that, I seen a post on Facebook, and I have to do some digging, so I don't know how credible it is, but allegedly they are sending Carmelo Anthony to the jail that the boys' fathers or somebody in the boys' families own. I hope that's not true, but if it is, it's just like, okay, we really need to keep an eye out on this boy. Somebody really needs to reach out to the family and, like, really try to appeal these things or get this boy moved, because in my head, like, nothing good can come from this. Nothing good at all. Last topic I'm going to touch on before I bounce that ass up out of here is networking myself as myself and not having to quote code switch. And I say this as I want to be able to present what I do and not have to either make it sound more professional or dumb it down or veer it in a way where I can get somebody to really come and listen. No, I want to be authentically me. I want to be able to come to you as I am and present what I do, and you still feel, the urge to support me. I don't want to have to change who I am just to gain supporters, because then at the end of the day, it's going against what my main goal is, and that's just to be authentically me. Um, and that's in all shapes of where I am. Sometimes I don't curse as much as I do. Sometimes I curse like a sailor. It just really depends on my mood. I can be happy go lucky, or I can be very stern and serious. Again, it all just depends. But when I network myself, that's how I want it to come off. Like, yes, I know there is some type of professionalism that needs to be had, but it's not like I want it to be who I am. So yes, I can come to you, yes, I can come to you and go, hey, I heard you were looking for an episode of a podcast to listen to. I have my own podcast, XYZ, but still be who I am. I want to shoot the shit. I want to make you laugh. I want to have this conversation and want to bring you in and say, oh, I remember that girl. This is what she said her podcast was. Let me listen to it. And you can literally be like, oh yeah, that's definitely her. But I'm also going to find me some networking events. Like, I always hear about them, but I never sign up for them because I'm just like, that's not me or whatever. But again, if you don't put yourself out there, then how do you expect people to really come to you? Yes, like I say, I always share on social medias, but not even my social media platform is that big on my personal side. So it's like, I don't want to just go around and starting to follow people on Instagram, because in my head, I want to know who supports me. But then again, it's like, if I'm going to be as big as I see myself in the future, I'm not going to know everybody. And yes, it may start off as small as just going around and randomly adding people and maybe gaining more engagement on my pages. So we'll just have to see how I end up feeling when it comes to making that decision, because your girl is really getting to it. Okay. I'm loving where I'm at in life. I'm loving how my life is progressing. I'm loving how I'm learning new things. And even when I feel like things are getting a little hard or misplaced, I always give myself the time to, like, really sit down and reflect on certain stuff to be able to give myself, like, the best answer or the best, next step. So just be on the lookout. Okay. Like I said, the networking is coming. I'm going to start making some t-shirts to try and sell. I'm going to create some business cards that have all my business information on it. You might be able to just like scan it with a QR code and go from there. I don't know just yet, but I know this networking thing that I need to do for myself is really about to get popping. Um, like me and Marmar discussed in the full interview, if you listened, and if not, again, go listen. It takes nothing. It's totally free. You have time, put it in your ears and go work out or something. But sometimes you have to be cocky in order to promote yourself. And it's, there's sometimes a difference between being cocky and just being supportive of who you are. That makes a difference. But like, again, I said, sometimes you just have to be cocky with what you do. Like, yeah, in my head, I'm the best at what I do. I can still learn a few things, but at the end of the day, that's only going to make me better. I'm not terrible, XYZ, whatever. But I know I've been doing some good promoting, but I feel like I can do a lot better. Maybe every single day, make a post as opposed to every other day. Sometimes I don't know why. I'm not even gonna lie, I forget about it. And I think it's because I have so much stuff going on in life that I'm just like, okay, I can push this off for a little bit. It'll be fine. But I have to make it a habit of doing something every day. I don't care if it's creating an engagement post, sharing a post, making a flyer, doing snippets of old episodes, new episodes, whatever. Something needs to be done to the point where you're constantly seeing me, and I'm okay with that, because mark my words, like I said, in the next 5 years I'm going to be there. I'm going to be exactly where I said I wanted to be, and I'm going to be able to listen back on some of these episodes and then reference them and be like, listen, y'all, write it down, make a plan. Speaking of that, I still have prompts in my journal that I need to answer when it comes to that. So I think I'm going to dive into that today as well, because I need to get it done. I keep saying that I'm going to do it, but I don't know why. Life is just, been life, and to the point where I haven't gotten to it. But mark my words, it's going to be done. And like I said, I'll be able to come back and reference this. And before I go, listen, if you have not seen Maternal Instincts on Netflix already, please go watch that. That shit is crazy. Taylor is a crazy ass bitch. I don't even know how else to explain it. Like, I'm literally watching the documentary and I'm thinking I'm expecting something. And then it's like in my head, I kind of know what's going on, but then it kind of happens how I'm thinking it's going to happen, but it takes a whole 360. And I'm like, hold on, wait, what? Rewind. What the fuck did she just do? You're a psycho. You are a psycho. And if you have watched it, again, please send me an email at highlytalkative@gmail.com and give me your input on that documentary. If you have not watched it, please tune in on Netflix and watch Maternal Instinct, and then shoot me an email on your input of how you feel about this entire situation. Again, that's at highlytalkative@gmail.com. Because how the hell did this happen in Texas? And I never even heard this story until I'm watching the episode, and I'm not even, first of all, I didn't even think it was happening in Texas until there was like a scene or something where I'm seeing a state trooper car, and I'm like, hold on, that looks like, yeah, I'm gonna have to, yeah, just listen, be careful of the people that you let around you. It's like to the point where you need to do full-blown background checks, because excuse me, ma'am, are you for real right now? You're a psycho. You're a psycho. And I'm gonna just end it there, okay? Because y'all really need to go watch that and send me what you feel about that episode. And then also, like I said, do not forget to listen to the full interview that I have with Marmar. It's also dropping today, so you can find that today. Like, listen, subscribe. It takes nothing. It's completely free, and I will always appreciate a good new subscriber, listener, follower, download, whatever. You can find me on all major streaming platforms. That's Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube. You can also just go to rss.com and search Highly Talkative Podcast, and it'll give you a plethora of options to choose to stream from. So don't forget to do that. You can also find me on Facebook at Highly Talkative. You can find me on Instagram at highly.talkative. Also shouting out my other two businesses. I have Keep It Stashy, which is the professionalism of me maintaining your background while you focus on what you got going on the forefront. I do all things when it comes to documentation, file upkeeping, organization, onboarding, offboarding. I can also write you up a couple contracts. I'm also going to have some other features in there that are coming soon, as well as social media managing and more. You can follow me at Keep It Stashy on Instagram. You can also follow me on Keep It Stashy on Facebook. And then I have Sassy Ash Dash, which is all things custom. You can follow me on Facebook at Sassy Ash Dash, or you can follow me on Instagram under the same thing. Y'all have a great week. And as always, I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all next week. Holla!